If you don't know what tight lining is, it is where you take any color. Usually it's black, sometimes you can use brown, or you can basically use any color you want, and where you line your upper lash line. So like you would take a pencil and line your waterline, that's what tight lining is just lining that upper lash line. Don't judge on my nails. I'm getting ready to do them. They look awful. Who cares? Anyways, so tight lining. Lately I've been skipping out on this in my videos because it's disgusting. I am not one of those people that can just grab a pencil and, roll their eyes in the back of their head and just, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I've tried. I stab myself in the eye every single freaking time, and then my eyes start watering, and it's all downhill from there. So basically what I do, don't judge my pencil. I need to get a new one. The Urban Decay Black Velvet is my favorite, and I feel like I go through it so fucking fast. But anyways, tight lining, that's what we're doing. So when I tight line, I lift my eyelid up, and basically try to get as close to my lashes as possible, and even like run it in between my lashes, if that makes sense. You can do it as heavy or as light as you wish. And then there you can see the difference from eye to eye, just how much of a difference that makes. So if you've never tight lined before, definitely try it. If you have super sensitive eyes or you have contacts, you might want to reevaluate the tight lining situation. My eyes are super sensitive, but I do it anyways because I feel like the skin on my eyelid is so freaking thick. Like if I don't tight line, I just look weird, and like this shit just doesn't come together. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But it can make your eyes look a lot larger. It can open your eyes up. Sorry, my dog is like bugging the crap out of me. It can open your eyes up. It can also make your lashes look a lot fuller, thicker, all that good stuff. So, tight lining, done. Alright, so for the majority of the video, I'm going to be using liquid liners just because I find them so much faster and so much easier than gel. Gel takes a little bit of getting used to. If you're somebody that's not used to lining your lash line or doing like a winged liner or whatever, I would definitely look into liquids first, especially a liquid in pen form. The ones that I recommend are the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and then the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner Plus Serum. If you don't prefer the felt tip form because you don't feel like you have enough control over it, I would definitely recommend the NYC Liquid Liner. It's only like $2.99, and you have so much control. It has a teeny tiny little brush tip. Looks like this. However, this is a very liquidy formula, and it's also not a waterproof formula. So if you're somebody like me that has like hella watery eyes, this might not be the best one for you. However, it is, in my opinion, the best one to kind of practice with because it comes off so easily. So practicing with like a non-waterproof eyeliner versus a waterproof eyeliner is going to be your best bet because it's going to be easiest to wipe off and start over again, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so let's just get into this. When lining your upper lash line, depending on the shape of your eyes, is going to be dependent on how like thick or thin you want your line to be. So if you're somebody that has like a shit ton of lid space, then you can make your line a little bit thicker and a little bit bolder. But if you're somebody like me who has hooded eyes and you barely have any lid space, you're gonna wanna make that line as thin as possible. However, still making it smooth, if that makes sense. When I line my eyes with a felt tip, I basically use the side of it and just press it down. And do small little strokes. It's going to be a lot easier for you guys to do small little strokes because you have a little bit more control when you're doing like small strokes rather than trying to go in and one shot and just do one failed swoop. I think I'm going to switch to the Physicians Formula because my Kat Von D's kind of dried up, so yeah. So I, like I said, just take small strokes and I kind of lay it onto my lash line. If you're somebody like me that has like kind of crepey eyelids, and it doesn't have to do with age. A lot of it has to do with age, but even when you're younger, you can have crepey eyelids because I've done makeup on young girls who just have, you know, their eyelids are a little bit crepey. So if that's the case, then you can pull your eye and just drag that line. So the shape that you're going to want to go for is also going to depend on your eye shape. If you're somebody who has a more rounded shape eye, you might want to go thinner on the inner corner and then thicker on the outer corner because that's going to elongate your eye. If you're somebody that has like an almond shape eye, you're a lucky bitch and you can do anything. If you're somebody like me that has hooded eyes, if you are just straight lining your lash line and you're not doing a wing, there's actually a technique that I learned from Rae Morris, a makeup artist. When you open your eye, and look straight, the highest point of your eyelid is where you want your liner to be thickest, if that makes sense. Because what that's going to do is pull your eye up and add lift to your eye, so it's going to make your eyes appear more open. I'm not going to do that today just because I am building this eyeliner and I'm going to do a wing on top of it. So making it bigger in the middle is going to look funky with a wing. So she does have a video here on YouTube on that technique. So I'll link that video down below if you guys want to go watch that. It's actually a really cool technique. Y'all should check it out, especially if you have really small eyes. It's a pretty cool technique in order to like make your eyes look more open, and it actually works. It's pretty bomb. So I'll try to find that video and link it in the description box. So now that we've got our eyes lined, now we're gonna work on our wing. That dreaded damn wing. Here we go. This particular method that I'm getting ready to show you might not pertain to you unless you have like a hooded eyelid like I do, just because of the way that I do it is a little bit different than what everybody else does. Right now I'm going to give you guys an example of why I do my eyeliner the way I do, so maybe you can kind of see and understand more the reason why I do it the way I do it. So the rule of thumb is to follow your lower lash line and extend that out, make a line extending that. So I am going to follow my lower lash line, and I've just got black eyeshadow here on this. And I'm going to extend that line up. So you can see when I look forward, because I extended that line up, the crease in my eyelid is covering it up. So when I go to bring my eyeliner straight down, it's just going to get covered up when I'm looking forward. So in order to avoid that, I'm going to use the NYC liner for this portion, BT Dubs. So what I do is I start below my lower lash line. So you can see that little black dot that I made. I basically start right below the lash line and I pull it up in kind of a curve. And when I'm coming back down, rather than going straight down, so here I would be going straight down, I kind of curve around the hooded portion of my eye. So let me just show you. So I come down and curve around. So you'll see how, because I came down and curved around, now when I open my eyes, you're actually going to be able to see that. Rather, if I would have went along this line here and came straight down, it would have just covered up. So now let me fill it in so that way you guys can kind of get a better idea of what it's going to look like. So now you guys can see by doing that, by coming down in like a curve rather than coming straight down, it's enabled my wing to actually be seen like on my hooded eyes. So let me just really quickly do this eye and I'll kind of show you the difference. I'm going to use the like rule of thumb method on this eye real quick, and I'll kind of show you the difference between both eyes and just how visible it is. So with this eye, if I were to start and follow my lower lash line, I'd be going right here and then making a straight line down. Sorry about my hair. Here come the tears. No, it's always this eye too. All right, so hopefully you guys can see kind of the difference. See how this one, the crease just kind of cuts off my eyeliner, and then where this one, because I went down in a curve and kind of went around the hooded shape of my eye, you can see it a lot better. It's a lot more flattering. It elongates my eye because I started under my lash line rather than right at my lash line. And it's just a lot more flattering on my eye shape. So this is basically how I do my eyeliner for my hooded eyes. That is the 3 different methods that I use. Very rarely will I only line my lid. Every once in a while I do, but it's not that often. I just really lately have been digging winged liner. It might take you some time to figure it out, but the best advice I can give you guys is just play. Like, get the NYC liquid liner, even if you have sensitive eyes, and just do it over and over and over again. I mean, it took me a really long time to kind of grasp the shape for my own personal eye. Like, I can show you guys this method all day long, and you can rewind this video and watch it over and over and over. But at the end of the day, nobody's eye shape is the same, so how you do it on yourself is what's going to make the difference. So you could use my technique, but you just have to do it on yourself, like, over and over and over again. It used to drive me fucking nuts that I was just like, at one point in time, I was like, fuck it, I can't even wear a wing. I hate winged liner. I hate people who can wear winged liner. I'm so jealous. Screw those people. Fuck you and your winged liner. Like, I was just like, fuck those people. I hate life right now for about 2 months. And then I was like, okay, you need to get a grip on yourself, girl. So I just took all my liners out, pulled all my liquid liners out, and played and played and played. And then I finally got the shape down, and I was like, oh my God, yes, I got it, yeah. I was so freaking excited. Like, finally, I can wear winged liner. Yes. Now, with all that being said, my eyes are not as hooded as some people's. So if you are somebody that has like no visible lid at all, or you're somebody that has like a mono lid, this technique may not necessarily work on you. You might have to do something else. But if you're somebody like me who has my eye shape where you do have hooded eyes, but you still have some of that lid showing, then you should be able to rock this. So definitely go home and try it out. All right, guys, that is all I have. So I hope this really helped some of you guys out that have been like struggling with winged liner or anything like that. It is a pain in the ass. But like I said, my biggest recommendation is just practice, practice, practice. I know everybody says that, but seriously, like, that's like the legit shit. You need to practice. You need to figure out your eye shape. Just do it over and over and over until it looks good. That's what I did. And now I'm finally to a point where I like the way it looks on me, and now I can't stop. So yeah. All right, y'all. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you are not. Thumbs up if you guys like these type of videos, like more instructional videos. Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you please. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.